The ultimate battle begins. Goku versus Kakashi, Might Guy, and Hiashi. But this isn't just a fight. It's Konoha's last stand against a power 10 times greater than the Nine Tails, and still growing. What's up, guys? This is Mr. 60 Anime, and today we're diving straight into Dragon Ball Shippuden, Chapter 2. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any content like this in the future. In the last part of the story, we ended with Goku arriving in Konoha, where he immediately clashed with Azuma. That confrontation set the stage for something much bigger, and this is exactly where Chapter 2 of Dragon Ball Shippuden begins. In the very first panel, the scene opens inside the Hokage's office in Konoha. Azuma is currently giving his report to Tsunade about a mysterious man named Goku. Tsunade speaks up and asks Azuma directly if he has any idea where this man came from. Azuma admits that he has no information at all. Hearing this, Tsunade becomes visibly angry. She scolds Azuma, saying that his actions could have put the entire village in danger, especially since they allowed a complete stranger to enter Konoha without knowing anything about him. Azuma immediately apologizes for his mistake. Tsunade then continues, her tone still serious. "What's done is done," she says. "The real question now is, could he be a spy?" At that moment, Hiashi of the Hyuga clan speaks up. He explains that he highly doubts it. He says that he analyzed Goku's chakra, and what he sensed was something he had never experienced before. According to Hiashi, Goku possesses an enormous amount of chakra flowing through his body, far beyond anything he has ever seen. He adds that Goku's chakra feels so dense and powerful that it's almost like his body is wrapped in an invisible armor. Tsunade looks at Hiashi and asks, "Then how strong do you think he really is?" Hiashi answers calmly but confidently. He says that Goku's strength is at least 10 times greater than that of the Nine Tails. Hearing this estimate leaves both Kakashi and Azuma completely shocked. Hiashi then adds that what's even more terrifying is the fact that Goku appears to have full control over his power, meaning he could be even stronger than what they sensed. By his estimation, Goku's true strength could reach up to 20 times that of the Nine Tails. Kakashi immediately reacts, saying that such a thing is impossible. Hiashi responds by telling Kakashi to verify it himself, using the Sharingan if he doesn't believe him. Azuma then speaks up in a strangely confident manner, almost bragging. He claims that if defeating him really requires power 10 times stronger than the Nine Tails, then the fact that he survived his encounter with Goku must mean something. In other words, Azuma is implying that it would take that level of strength just to bring him down. Kakashi quickly shuts him down, telling Azuma that Goku practically massacred him, yet he still has the nerve to praise himself. Tsunade interrupts and says that she has heard enough. Based on everything she knows now, she decides to let the man enter. She orders Goku to be brought in. Goku steps forward and introduces himself in front of Tsunade. Without wasting any time, Tsunade tells him that they have already discussed his situation, but she wants to hear his explanation directly. "Where are you from?" she asks. Goku explains that he was heading to West City to visit a friend who specializes in repairing computers because his son's computer had broken. After that, he says they ended up drinking together and he got extremely drunk. He doesn't remember what happened next. When he woke up, he found himself in this unfamiliar place. He adds that he tried to search for any familiar key around him, but he couldn't sense anything at all. While Tsunade continues questioning Goku, Kakashi quietly activates his Sharingan and examines Goku's chakra. What he sees confirms everything Hiashi said, the dense, armor-like chakra completely surrounding Goku's body. Kakashi then admits that Hiashi was absolutely right. Tsunade then speaks again and asks Kakashi if he has already checked it himself. Kakashi replies that he has, and he can confirm everything that was said. At that moment, Azuma turns to Hiashi and asks why none of them were able to sense Goku's chakra earlier. Hiashi explains that the reason is simple. Goku's chakra is not evil. Because it lacks any malicious intent, it was extremely difficult for them to detect it in the first place. Tsunade then adds that, fortunately, the Akatsuki are not yet aware of Goku's existence. However, she warns that the moment they discover him, it could spell serious trouble for Goku. Hearing this, Goku speaks up. "Akatsuki?" he asks. Tsunade nods and explains that the Akatsuki are an evil organization, easily recognized by the red cloud symbols on their cloaks. She adds that one of their members was once an ally of the village. Goku pauses, looking as if something just clicked. He says that the group sounds familiar and mentions that he believes he has already encountered them while traveling down a road. Tsunade's expression immediately hardens. Angrily, she tells Goku that this is extremely dangerous. She says that by crossing paths with the Akatsuki, Goku has already placed himself in a very risky situation. She explains that the Akatsuki are a terrifying organization, made up of incredibly powerful ninja. Goku calmly responds, telling them not to worry about him. He says that he isn't afraid of the Akatsuki at all. Tsunade cuts him off and warns him not to underestimate this world. Goku smirks slightly and replies, "Then why don't you try me?" Tsunade agrees. She says that they will test him, and immediately orders Kakashi and Hiashi to find Might Guy and bring him to the Forbidden Forest. After a few hours pass, Kakashi returns with Might Guy, and this is where their confrontation with Goku is about to begin. Kakashi speaks up and says that if they execute their plan properly, everything should go smoothly. Tsunade then declares that she will personally watch the fight unfold. She adds that she will be the one responsible for healing any injuries they may sustain during the battle, and with that assurance, she gives them permission to begin. And with that, Kakashi and the others begin preparing for battle. Goku, on the other hand, stands calmly, already ready for whatever comes next. At this moment, Might Guy and Hiashi launch themselves toward Goku at incredible speed. Hiashi throws a lightning-fast punch, but Goku easily blocks it, the force sending Hiashi sliding back through the air. At the same time, Might Guy's attack is also effortlessly parried by Goku. In that split second, Kakashi appears behind Goku and immediately unleashes a fire-style Fireball Jutsu, the massive flames slamming directly into Goku's back. The attack detonates in a powerful explosion that shakes the area. But as the smoke clears, Goku is still standing there. Goku speaks, impressed. "That was a really good attack. Strong enough to actually hurt me." He then smiles slightly. "But I guess it's my turn to attack. Just a little." Goku raises his stance and warns them to prepare themselves. Only seconds later, he throws an incredibly fast punch into the air. The pressure alone travels forward and slams straight into Might Guy, sending him flying far across the battlefield. Kakashi watches in disbelief, realizing that it was nothing more than compressed air pressure. He thinks to himself how truly astonishing Goku's power is. Might Guy, however, quickly recovers and charges back in. "Hiashi, Kakashi, let's move to Plan B," he shouts. Kakashi immediately agrees and begins charging his Chidori, lightning crackling violently in his hand. Meanwhile, Might Guy and Hiashi unleash a relentless barrage of attacks, all of which Goku skillfully blocks without much effort. At that moment, Hiashi suddenly uses Shadow Clone Jutsu, creating an opening. One of the clones slips behind Goku and lands a powerful punch squarely on him. Hiashi shouts, "I'm sending him your way, Kakashi." Might Guy follows up, yelling, "Your turn, Kakashi." As Goku is launched into the air, Kakashi is already waiting. He charges forward and drives his Chidori straight into Goku, the impact sending him flying upward once again. Before Goku can recover, Kakashi appears behind him in midair and strikes again, unleashing a double lightning technique that hits Goku directly. The attack results in a massive explosion that echoes through the forest. The coordination between the three is flawless. Tsunade watches closely and comments that the attack was incredibly clean, far cleaner than she had even expected. However, once the smoke settles, Goku suddenly releases a powerful wave blast of his own, triggering another violent explosion that pushes everyone back. Goku speaks calmly, saying that their performance wasn't bad at all. Kakashi responds honestly, saying that this outcome is exactly what he expected, and that Goku truly is extraordinary. At that point, Kakashi, Might Guy, and Hiashi all decide that it's time to end the fight. Everything is ready. Within seconds, they activate their signature techniques. Hiashi activates the Byakugan, Kakashi reveals the Sharingan, and Might Guy begins opening his inner gates. Goku speaks up, saying that nothing really seems to have changed about them. Might Guy takes his stance and declares that it's time to begin. In an instant, Might Guy moves at unbelievable speed. His movements become so fast that he appears to surround Goku from all sides, using pure speed to create afterimages. Goku watches closely and comments that it's impressive. Might Guy really has become much faster. However, with a simple punch, Goku strikes Might Guy and says that while the speed is interesting, it still doesn't matter to him. It isn't fast enough. Might Guy is sent flying back slightly from the impact. At the same time, Kakashi and Hiashi launch their own attacks, but Goku blocks them effortlessly. Might Guy quickly recovers and begins charging a powerful technique. He unleashes a barrage of flaming strikes known as Asakujaku, sending a storm of attacks directly toward Goku. As the attack closes in, Goku admits that he actually likes this technique. The barrage detonates in a massive explosion that engulfs the battlefield. But even then, the attack still isn't enough to seriously injure Goku. Goku speaks again, saying that they're only exhausting themselves for nothing and that they should just give up. Hiashi responds calmly, saying that they already knew the attack wouldn't be enough to hurt him. Might Guy then reveals the truth. His attack was only a decoy. Kakashi adds a single word, a diversion. In that exact moment, Hiashi activates his technique and strikes Goku with the 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Hiashi questions him, saying that the real question is this: what can you do without your chakra shield? Goku, however, doesn't fully understand what Hiashi is saying. Without hesitation, Hiashi unleashes a flawless sequence of strikes. 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, and finally, 64 palms. Every single hit landing cleanly on Goku. Hiashi then calls out to Might Guy, telling him that he's sending Goku his way and that he should do what needs to be done. Might Guy immediately agrees and prepares his final assault. He rushes forward at extreme speed and slams directly into Goku, following up with a relentless barrage of powerful strikes that finally begins to pressure Goku. As Might Guy continues attacking, Tsunade speaks, saying that this man clearly didn't understand her warning when she said their world was dangerous. She explains that it's not just about raw power. It's about strategy and adaptation, and she chose the right team for this fight. In that moment, Might Guy ends the battle with a devastating final attack that lands directly on Goku. Kakashi speaks and says that they executed their plan perfectly. He explains that their plan B was designed specifically to create an opening for Hiyashi's attack. Thanks to the Byakugan, they were able to stop the flow of chakra inside Goku's body. Hiashi then adds that as he sealed off Goku's chakra pathways, Goku was reduced to a normal human state, completely vulnerable once again. Kakashi continues, saying that Might Guy was the one who finished the job. Might Guy scratches his head in confusion and asks if he's dreaming, or if the two of them really just called his name for no reason. But at that exact moment, an enormous explosion suddenly erupts. Through the smoke, they see Goku, who briefly transforms into a Super Saiyan before immediately returning to his normal form. Goku speaks, clearly surprised. He admits that it shocked him that they were actually able to hurt him. He then adds, almost casually, "Surprised? I think I owe you all an explanation." Goku continues, saying that when the man with the white eyes attacked him, he felt his ki being blocked. That's when he decided to test a theory. He deliberately allowed himself to take all of Hiyashi's attacks, which resulted in his connection to his ki being completely sealed. He explains that the final strike was what truly impressed him, but it was unfortunate that Hiashi held back his punches. After that attack, Goku says he tried to gather energy again, which is why he thanks the Genki Dama. His energy never disappeared, it was only blocked, so he took advantage of that moment to unlock it once more. Now he understands how to reactivate his power, even if it's sealed again. And with that, Goku says that was his full explanation. Kakashi speaks up and tells Might Guy to fall back. Plan C, he says. Now, at the same time, Goku prepares himself and calmly says that the talking is over. He tells them that now, he's going to show them a few of his simple abilities. In an instant, Goku moves at overwhelming speed and strikes Hiashi directly, sending him flying far across the battlefield. Without stopping, Goku immediately rushes toward Might Guy next. Might Guy counters with a Konoha Senpu kick, but Goku easily catches his leg mid-attack. With a single motion, Goku slams Might Guy straight into the ground, the impact sending him bouncing away. Now only Kakashi remains standing. Goku looks at him and says, "You're the only one left." Goku then prepares a simple attack and says that this much power is more than enough for him. In the next moment, Kakashi is suddenly blasted backward and sent flying far away. Goku turns to Tsunade and tells her that they're going to need medical attention. Tsunade replies, acknowledging that Goku is a very intelligent fighter. Goku responds, telling Tsunade that she clearly saw how much he held back during the fight. However, as Goku stands there, Kakashi suddenly activates Kamui, intending to finish Goku with that technique. Goku is momentarily surprised by what's happening, but the attack fails to affect him. This completely shocks Kakashi. Kakashi speaks, admitting that Goku didn't fall. He says he no longer has the strength to continue, and that they are surrendering. Goku is the winner. Meanwhile, the scene shifts to the Akatsuki. Their meeting has just ended and Pain orders them to leave. As Itachi prepares to walk away, Kakuzu suddenly calls out to him. Kakuzu says that among everyone present, Itachi is the only one truly skilled in Genjutsu. He mentions that something strange has happened recently, and he wants to hear Itachi's opinion on the matter. And with that, Chapter 2 comes to an end. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Leave a comment below if you're a Kakashi fan, and hit the subscribe button if you're a Goku fan. Thanks for your support.